A wooden pump groans in a dusty orphanage courtyard. The caretaker leans his full weight onto the handle, forcing it down, but no water comes out. He tries again, harder, kicking the wooden frame in frustration. The machine is completely dead. Standing just behind the frustrated adults is a 5-year-old boy named Naruto. He isn't watching the spectacle with childlike curiosity. He is listening to the hollow wheeze of air slipping through the cylinder. He's diagnosing a system failure. This animation shows the inner workings of the pump cylinder. To draw water, the pump needs to create suction, which requires a tight seal. But as the piston moves up, you can see air escaping past a cracked leather ring on the piston head. Without a perfect seal, the pump can't form a vacuum. Naruto tells the caretaker to replace the leather. By wrapping a fresh, properly sized strip around the piston groove, the machine creates a tight seal. When the handle is pumped now, the intact ring forces the air out and pulls a solid column of water up the pipe through fluid displacement. Fluid displacement is a process where one fluid, in this case water, is forced to move by the pressure changes inside the sealed cylinder. An illiterate 5-year-old possessing an inherent grasp of fluid dynamics and vacuum pressure introduces a massive paradox. He carries specialized technical knowledge that has no origin in the Shinobi world. Before he was Naruto, he was a mechanical engineer. He lived a life of steel and blueprints, an existence that eventually narrowed into the sterile silence of a hospital bed. Throughout that life, he found machines more reliable than people. If a turbine failed, there was always a clear chain of cause and effect waiting to be traced backward. Machines obeyed strict rules. Human emotions were unpredictable and chaotic. That preference for logic over emotion came at a high cost. When cancer forced him into an intensive care unit for his final years, he had no family to rely on. He had built the hidden systems that kept the entire city's breathing, but as this shot of the empty chair next to his medical monitor shows, he died without building a single human connection. He crossed into the void completely alone. The only thing he carried with him was his cold, analytical mind. Then awareness returned. He woke up in a new reality, immediately surrounded by a sensation he had never experienced in his previous life, the warmth of a mother and father holding him. For the first time across 2 lifetimes, he wasn't isolated. That peace lasted only moments. Look at this massive silhouette. It's the 9-tailed fox, a force of pure destruction that tore through the village and ripped the newborn from his parents' arms. The roaring beast towering over the burning buildings instantly shattered the fragile stability he had just found. To stop the destruction, his parents performed a sealing technique. From an engineering perspective, this was a catastrophic system overload. A massive, chaotic sphere of red energy is violently compressed and forced into a tiny, fragile circular boundary, a vessel completely unequipped to safely contain that much raw output. Completing that seal required the ultimate sacrifice. His new parents died to lock the beast away, stripping away the brief warmth they had given him and dropping him right back into the exact isolation he had died in. In the orphanage, the matrons keep the other children at a distance. They treat Naruto as a containment vessel for a monster, a security risk that must be managed, rather than a child who needs a home. Sitting in the quiet of the orphanage, the blueprints, thermodynamic laws, and industrial schematics from his previous life become as vivid as his own hands. The engineer's consciousness has fully merged with the boy's reality. He exists in a society that actively forces him to the margins. In an environment built to isolate him, his logical engineering mind becomes his primary defense mechanism, the one tool no one can take away. That brings us back to the courtyard pump. Naruto watches the caretaker use the repaired machine. Water flows, but Naruto can see the man is still fighting the mechanism. The pump functions, but it is highly inefficient, forcing the user to apply far too much physical strain for every drop of water. The problem is the physics of leverage. A short lever requires a massive input force to move a heavy load. Naruto's solution is simple physics. He takes a longer piece of wood to replace the handle. As shown, extending the lever arm increases the mechanical advantage. By lengthening the handle, the system drastically shrinks the input force required, allowing the load to move effortlessly. The caretaker grabs the new, longer handle and pulls. The exhausting resistance is gone, replaced by a smooth, steady draw of water. Naruto improves the machine's output without relying on magic or brute strength. The adults around him just accept broken tools as a fact of life. But Naruto knows that true efficiency comes from understanding the physical laws of the universe. It is a concept entirely foreign to this primitive society. This contrast defines the village. On one side, highly trained ninjas launch fireballs. On the other, civilians struggle with crumbling wooden wells and broken pipes. The culture is obsessed with destructive magical power, yet they lack the basic ability to build and maintain life-sustaining infrastructure. Seeing a group of adults defeated by a broken pump clarifies everything for Naruto. If no one in this society has the knowledge to build things that last, he will do it himself. He will rebuild their infrastructure, one machine at a time. He plans to project the industrial design of his past life onto the ninja world. By blending his engineering mind with their magical reality, he can build infrastructure that defies the village's primitive understanding of physics. The Shinobi chase bloodlines and techniques to win battles, but the power to fix a broken world lies in the mechanical knowledge to engineer a better one.